Hi, I'm Mrs. Mason. Welcome to my classroom. We are continuing our investigation of the hole and the hill and looking how the weather may change the height of the hill and the depth of the hole. So grab your science notebook and let's go outside. Over the last week or so, we have had very clear skies and not much wind. So there hasn't been much change in the size of the hill or the hole. But last night we got steady rain for a number of hours. So I'm expecting some pretty significant changes. For measuring the hole and the hill, I usually use two tape measures, long tape measures that are actually connected. This time, because it was a little drizzly, I wanted to make it quicker, and so I decided to use yarn. Yarn actually sticks to the side of the hole a little bit better than the tape measures do, and so I really like this. I think I may continue it. I decided to use red yarn to measure around the mouth of the hole, and I decided to use blue yarn to measure around the outside of the hill. And I think that you can see a little bit better how the hill is starting to spread out every time that it rains a little bit. I noticed that on the hill, the sand was packed down from the rain and it was starting to go down the hill a little bit, so it was starting to get wider at the base. I also noticed that there was quite a bit of erosion around the outside of the hole and that there was more sand in the bottom. In order to find out how deep the hole is, I have to do a little bit of subtraction. So I know that the hole was 35 centimeters deep, and if I look very carefully, I can see that the current sand is at about 7 centimeters. So the bottom of it has filled up 7 centimeters. So on my data table, I have to do 35 minus 7. Measuring the height of the hill, I just have to get nice and low when I'm looking at the PVC pipe and the marks, and I can see that the hill is about 33 centimeters. I started by taping the red yarn to the floor, and I wanted it to be straight, but I didn't want it to stretch. And so I taped both ends and measured it with my measuring tape. I did the same thing with my blue piece of yarn. I laid it down on the floor, made sure it was straight, and taped it down. And I noticed that I had to add another measuring tape because it was over 300 centimeters. On my data table, I recorded the date that I took the measurements, December 7th. The height of the hill was 33 centimeters. The distance around the hill, which was the blue yarn, I added 300 plus 65, and I got 365 centimeters. For the depth of the hole, I did 35 minus 7, and I got 28 centimeters. And the distance around the hole, which was the red yarn, it was 150 plus 40.5, which equals 190.5 centimeters. Thank you for joining me for this investigation. Please click the subscribe button and get notifications so you'll know when the next video posts.